folks, how's it going? Aloha from Hawaii. So the subject in this video is, are you prepared to accept that you are wrong about everything? Now I think it's safe to say that we all are right about some things and are wrong about some things. And for the most part then, we all think that our perception of the truth, our beliefs are pretty much correct, or else we wouldn't believe them. And yet, people believe a lot of very, out there things. If you kill someone in the name of your God, then you're going to be presented with virgins in heaven or whatever. People have all kinds of crazy, out there, wild, improbable, almost certainly false beliefs from the perspectives of others who are hearing what their points of view are. Pardon the noise in the background if you can hear that. There's a construction site on the property next door. And so I think it is very important along the path of life and trying to make sense of things and trying to determine what truth really is, to, in the background, behind all of the efforts to make sense of things and to figure out what is correct, what is the right answer, what is truth. Pardon the dog walking along here. Then it is important to just have that basic concept in the back of your mind somewhere. You know what? I just might be wrong about everything, and I'm to some extent at least okay with that, or at least seeking to embrace that concept that I'm almost certainly wrong about certain things, and there's really no way to know exactly what you're right about and what you're wrong about, so you might as well just assume that you're wrong about everything, and yet at the same time move forwards in the quest for truth with a concerted, sincere desire to make sense of things, to discover what truth really is, and what is actually correct, what is actually accurate, what is actually reality. I would say that to some extent truth is subjective, that our perceptions of reality are all inevitably going to be different and unique, because there is no ultimate way to determine what reality really is. I don't think that you ever get to a point where you can say, okay, I finally got the clear view. I've got the unobstructed, objective view on what reality really is. That ultimately never happens. But you can get closer to a sense of what truth is, and that there is something that exists independent of our perception of it. And so there is really something out there that we are perceiving. It is not all purely subjective in that we just create the reality as we choose. I don't believe that is the case. I believe that there is something out there that we have to work with, that we have to wrestle with, deal with, and accept. You don't get to subvert the law of gravity just because you'd rather not be there. There are physical laws, there are spiritual laws that we are trapped within, you could say, to some extent, and have to acknowledge. And the more that we can actually acknowledge those truths, those laws, and figure out what they actually are, the better equipped we are going to be to actually work within those laws and thus be more empowered within ourselves in how we approach reality, because we know what the laws are. We know how we can perhaps get around them in certain ways by utilizing other laws, not by subverting laws, but by utilizing energy in ways such as, for example, levitation may very well be possible, not by going against the law of gravity, but by utilizing other physical laws of the universe, and perhaps spiritual laws beyond this physical universe, in such a way as to seemingly go against the law of gravity by making use of other energies, sound, vibration in general. I don't know. I can't levitate. I can take pictures of myself appearing as if I levitate, but that's quite a different story. So anyways, ultimately then, we really don't know what the true final truth is. And if we can operate from a place of being willing to be wrong and accepting that we are wrong about certain things, then that really frees us up in tremendous ways, such that we no longer are operating from a place of fear that we might be wrong, which is where a lot of people are, especially in terms of religious beliefs. I mean, it hardly needs explaining that a lot of people are so entrenched in their beliefs about reality and about their religion and their spiritual outlook that is part of their identity. They are very much attached to that, identified with those beliefs, however outrageous they may be. And any efforts to shine light on their potential delusions will result in intense defensiveness and pushback, because they can't even consider the possibility that they might actually be wrong about their ideas of how things work. And so when you just come to that realization, come to that understanding of your own perception of reality, that you know what, I'm wrong about stuff, and I don't know exactly what it is. So it's kind of this lurking shadow of mysterious darkness of not really knowing what exactly truth and reality really is, and accepting that, and then meanwhile still having a concerted desire and effort to make sense of what truth is. But it is a profoundly mysterious universe. Even the scientists are completely baffled and mystified by what they are discovering in terms of the nature of this physical reality. The more you learn, the stranger things become. And I think that this is the case with the spiritual path as well. That the more you feel like you get a sense, a grasp of what is really going on, and how things work, and how you should approach your life, and what's really sort of the right direction to be going in, then it just opens up more and more doorways, and shows you that there's ever more vastness to the complexity of this universe than we can possibly imagine. So just a few general thoughts to keep in mind on the quest for truth is that, can you be okay with that acceptance that you are wrong in your beliefs, while simultaneously holding on to those beliefs to some extent, yet being willing to trade them out when you are presented with evidence that in fact that is incorrect, and replace that with better, more correct beliefs, and ultimately then be okay with just being here with what you know and what you have. Here I am sitting in a room in Hawaii, feeling the fan blowing air across me, and I know what I see, what I perceive. I know what I feel. I know what has proven effective in my life in the past, and so just to be cool with that, and just to work with that, and be like, okay, whatever exists beyond what I'm currently experiencing is totally a mystery, and is to some extent unknowable until you are actually there, genuinely experiencing it with your own eyes and body, or lack of a body, and so making here now what reality really is ultimately. But then putting your feelers out there, and you're broadening your perspective of something beyond that, so that you're really anchored in the now, in your body, here now, and simultaneously opening up your vision to worlds that may or may not exist beyond this one. All right, take it easy. Aloha.